Welcome back to my views and news. Some news stories for you. First one is from Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. Addis Ababa government today made some decisions about teaching of Afaan Oromo, Amharic, French, and English languages in the capital city of Ethiopia. Afaan Oromo language teaching in Addis Ababa, singing of Oromia anthem in Addis Ababa, hosting of Oromia flag in Addis Ababa at Addis Ababa schools have been contentious issues. Which decisions were made by Addis Ababa government today about the languages, and will these decisions be acceptable? Can they be implemented? Secondly, Oromia Prosperity Party has held a meeting around 2 to 3 days ago. The meeting was held in Oromia, but Yilkal Kefale, Amhara President, was there too. Some very tough questions were asked by Oromia PP party officials. A similar meeting was held of Amhara PP party in Bahirdar, where Shimalis Abdisa participated from Oromia region. And I did some videos on that. What happened at Oromia PP party meeting details for you. And thirdly, two foreign ministers are arriving in Ethiopia from France and Germany. What are they up to? What do they want? And lastly, Somalia, where a massive rally is being held against Al-Shabaab in capital city Mogadishu today. Firstly, viewers, Addis Ababa is the capital, federal capital of Ethiopia. Oromo parties, Oromo groups are accused by Amhara PP that Oromia wants to annex Addis Ababa. And some Oromo groups like OLA and others, they clearly say that Fenfene is Oromia. Addis Ababa is Oromia. It's not a separate region, a separate zone. It's part of Oromia. Constitution says that the government in Addis Ababa will have a measure of self-governance only answerable to federal government. Today, Addis Ababa government led by Addis Ababa, the mayor made some decisions about language teaching, about medium of teaching in Addis Ababa. At some Addis Ababa schools, we have seen tensions in recent months over hoisting of Oromia region's flag there, singing of Oromia anthem there. Some students, teachers, parents resisted that those moves of hoisting Oromia flag and singing Oromia anthem. Now, some decisions were made about language teaching. What has been the practice in terms of language teaching in Addis Ababa? Till the 6th grade, everything was taught in Amharic in Addis Ababa, at Addis Ababa schools. And from 7th grade, everything is being taught in English. Now, the government has made a decision that the students whose mother tongue is Afaan Oromo, they'll be taught in Afaan Oromo, but they'll have an additional language. They'll take an additional language, and that would be Amharic. Those whose mother tongue is Amharic will be taught in Amharic language, but they'll take second additional language. That would be Afaan Oromo till 6th grade. From 7th grade, every subject will be taught in English. And in 9th and 10th grades, students will have the option of taking French or Arabic. So it means practically till 6th grade, student will learn two languages at school, Afaan Oromo and Amharic. They'll have no other option. While Afaan Oromo is being added as an additional language at Addis Ababa schools, why not other languages like Tigrinya, like Gurage, like Somali, Afar. If there are Somalis in Addis Ababa, it means they'll have to learn either Amharic or Oromo or both. They will not be able to learn in Somali language. So if you are adding Afaan Oromo as second language at Addis Ababa schools, other regional governments, people from Somali, Afar, Tigrinya regions, they'll protest. They have the right to say that, like Afaan Oromo language is being introduced at Addis Ababa schools, Somali, Afar, Tigrinya, other languages should also be introduced as additional languages. So let's see how Addis Ababa government intends to implement this decision. That remains to be seen. The decision will not resolve the issue. I personally think that other ethnic groups will object to this decision. Secondly, viewers, Oromia Prosperity Party has held a meeting in Oromia. I think it is the fourth meeting of the PP party in almost a month. Oromia PP party met a few weeks ago. Then Amhara PP party held a meeting. Then the joint meeting was held, and then we saw that in Bahirdar, Shimalis Abdisa went to participate in Amhara Prosperity Party meeting. There he faced some very tough questions. Amhara PP party officials accused him of committing massacre and genocide of Amharas in Valaga, and that Oromia was planning to annex Addis Ababa. It was trying to impose Afaan Oromo language, Oromia anthem, Oromia songs, Oromia language at Addis Ababa schools. He tried to answer the questions raised by Amhara PP party officials in Mahirdar. And then a meeting was expected in Oromia, which was held 2 days ago. It was meeting of Oromia Prosperity Party, and Yilkal Kifale was there, Amhara President, and some Oromia PP party officials talked about Addis Ababa, that Addis Ababa was part of Oromia, and they raised questions about they backed Shimalis Abdisa. They said that Shimalis Abdisa was the hero, and everyone in Oromia was standing behind Shimalis Abdisa. Yilkal answered questions, and he said that the status of Addis Ababa is determined by Ethiopian constitution, which does not declare it as part of Oromia. So he tried to respond to questions. Overall, it's a very positive development that Amhara leadership was in Oromia answering questions from Oromia PP party officials, and Shimalis was in Bahirdar answering questions from Amhara PP party members. It's a positive development that the two ethnic group leaders, they should engage in discussions in such question answer sessions. Thirdly, viewers, France and Germany are sending their foreign ministers to Ethiopia. We know that Chinese foreign minister arrived in Ethiopia around 2 to 3 days ago, and he inaugurated state-of-the-art CDC center, Center for Disease Control in Addis Ababa, which inaugurated with Africa Union Chairperson Moussa Faki. It was originally a US project, but later Chinese took over, and now they have built this state-of-the-art building, which was inaugurated. Its first phase was inaugurated by Chinese foreign ministers a few hours ago, and now French and German foreign ministers are arriving in Ethiopia. Catherine Colonna from France and Annalena Baerbock from Germany. The two ladies are arriving in Addis Ababa. What is the objective? What is the agenda of this visit? They are saying that they are coming to Ethiopia to show their support for the peace deal signed in November. EU Ethiopia relations remained fractured since last year. EU suspended financial aid, direct aid for Ethiopia. Joseph Borrell was very vocal against Ethiopian Eritrean governments, and EU was not made part of peace talks which led to Pretoria Agreement. US was there, but EU was excluded because of EU's strong position on withdrawal of Eritrean military and on accountability for war crimes in Ethiopia. So EU countries are trying to restore their ties with Ethiopia. We know that China suspended a military agreement of sale of weapons to Ethiopia last year. So now, obviously, France would be hoping to restore the sale of military equipment to Ethiopia. Germany has other intentions. EU countries, they want to increase their presence in Ethiopia because China is emerging as a key player in this region. US is concerned, EU is concerned as well. Chinese economic influence is becoming huge in Eritrea. They have taken over shares in Kiluli potash mine in Ethiopia. They are involved in building roads, infrastructure, and US and EU, they are trying to retain at least, if not increase their presence in Ethiopia. We'll try to update you in coming videos about the arrival, the agenda of these two foreign ministers from Germany and France in Ethiopia. Lastly, we heard Somalia, where a rally is being held against Al-Shabaab in Mogadishu. Hassan Sheikh, the president, had called for rally. Main roads in the vicinity of the venue are blocked, and we could see tens of thousands at this rally reportedly. Hassan Sheikh is trying to create unity in the fight against Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab offered to negotiate a few days ago. The government confirmed that Al-Shabaab had made the offer. Later, Al-Shabaab denied that it had made any offer for talks. Meanwhile, the country is faced with internal splits. Dini from Portland announced sort of independence, partial independence from Mogadishu a few days ago. In southwest state, Lafta Green is there. His term expired. Opposition wants him to leave, but he is there. Tension there too. In Jubaland, president's term expired too. So you see that terms of presidents are expiring. Political stalemate is being seen in some parts, in some regions of the country. Mogadishu region, Mogadishu state relations are not very ideal. So that is affecting the war on Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab is exploiting this internal split in Somalia. But Hassan Sheikh government is so far committed in the fight against Al-Shabaab, and they have managed to push Al-Shabaab on the back foot due to continued operation against Al-Shabaab in different parts of Somalia. Thank you for watching.